So yeah, and they're banging in the pool. There's a fucking orgy going on in the pool. Gotta clean the pool.
Yeah. If the movie has any redeeming quality whatsoever, it's his fucking role. Crapulé.
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 This whole story is crapulé.
Oh my dear God. Welcome back, sucksters. Man, it's been a long time. Getting the dust out of his lungs.
Ugh, I haven't spoken in like 5 months right now.
Yep, well, welcome back, everybody. It's good to be back. My God, my name is James, and the sultry voice on the other mic is my buddy, my partner in crime, my brother, Chris.
Hey there, James. How you doing? It's been a while. I need to lift my throat up again because it's been a long time since I've spoken anything. Because when I'm not doing the show, I don't say shit.
Exactly.
No, man, it's awesome. It's awesome. I'm glad we're back. It was a much needed break.
Yep, the unedited twins are back in business.
But I'm looking forward to what we have coming up in the future.
All right, you crazy motherfuckers out there. I guess we need to kick the dust off of the old rating system since it has been a while. So let's kind of refresh folks on what it is we do now. As you know, in the first few seasons, we did the numbered turd system,
Yes,
1 through 5 and all that
correct.
crap.
Yes.
Well, we toss that shit.
fuck
And we
it.
come up with a whole
It's too goddamn
new,
complicated.
much better system. We now use colored turds.
Yes.
So, to briefly go over that, we have the gold turd, which is the gold standard, as you would say, the absolute top of the heap, best shitty horror movies you've ever seen.
Yep.
These are the ones you're going to want to buy. Go get you a copy. Even if it's in the bottom of the Walmart bin, doesn't matter.
Go pay that $5.
Yep, you got to get it.
Yep.
Then we have the brown turd, which we call the flesh wound. That is, a little spit, little glue on it, little tape maybe, and you'll be just fine.
You'll survive.
That is one that you definitely want to keep in maybe your digital library.
Yes.
It is a keeper. It's a definite watcher, and it is also very good.
Maybe not worth buying.
Yeah, that's up to you.
Yeah.
If you like it, yeah. Then we have the black turd. This is where it starts to get a little ominous. This is what we call nick the artery. You're bleeding pretty bad, but if you put some pressure on it and a little alcohol, you'll survive. Those are the ones you maybe want to watch once or twice, have a drinking game, stuff like that, because it starts to get pretty shitty.
Yeah.
Then we take that plunge into the red turd.
Yep.
The red turd is what you might consider a one and done kind of movie.
Yes, definitely.
That's definitely worth watching. We call that one the axe to the chest. You're bleeding out. Alcohol is of no consequence.
Say
It won't
goodbye.
help. It won't help. Now, unfortunately, my favorite turd is the worst one we could possibly
Yeah,
use.
it's so weird your favorite one, but we hardly
Yeah.
ever, thankfully we
Well,
hardly ever
it's
use
because
it.
when we use it, it's cool looking.
It is cool looking.
It is the gray skull death turd.
Yes.
This is the one for movies that have absolutely zilch on the horror movie factor. And it's unfortunate, but these are movies, if we give it a gray turd, don't watch them at all. It's a waste of damn time.
We are warning you. Do not watch it. If you go watch it, that's fine. We're not your dad. We're not going to stop you, but we fucking warned you.
Yep.
Don't watch
we
it.
did.
Yeah.
Today's movie, it was James' pick.
It was, and unfortunately, I picked a good one.
You did. You picked a movie that was not bad at all.
No, unfortunately, and that's good in a way because it's relatively unknown anyway.
It is.
It's not your mainstream horror stuff.
No.
And it didn't really have any giant stars in it. There were a couple of people I
Few of them.
recognized from other movies, but they're more supporting character people.
Right.
But yeah, man,
But
movie.
nobody fucking asked you for a goddamn palate cleanser, all right? So stop giving me these
I'm
palate cleanser movies.
trying. Hey, I thought it would be funny.
I thought it would too, but I was
I
like,
saw the trailer and I died laughing. I said, this will be good because it looks stupid.
it's right up the alley of Lava Lantula and Sharknado type of.
It's another creature feature. Yep,
Yeah.
I'm on a kick right now with that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, folks, what we're going to be doing today, unfortunately, oh my God, I'm just looking at it. It's got a 78% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Ouch, that's too
That's
good.
too good.
Too good, man.
Yeah, 5.3 out of 10 on IMDb.
But I can see why.
Yeah. 75% of Google users like this movie.
Nice.
It is 2013's Big Ass Spider. I love the title. It made me laugh. It's a
pretty great title.
When I was thumbing through looking, I saw it. There's actually already a sequel to it, too.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Called Bigger Ass Spider.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
So I don't know how much worse it can get.
Which doesn't make sense because the way this movie ends doesn't lead it to that sort of sequel.
No, it doesn't.
So we'll get to that.
Then we will get to that. The release date is October 18th of 2013, directed by Mike Mendez, and the production company is Epic Pictures Group. I was like, yeah, okay. Cast is Greg Grunberg. I don't know what else he's been into, but
I will tell you right now, because I have it in my notes. Greg Grunberg was big on Heroes.
okay,
That's where he's from, known for most. But
gotcha.
in the new Star Wars prequel or sequels, he was one of the pilots.
He damn sure was.
He was Wexley, or as some people call him online, the new Porkins.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, in the new Star Wars series. Yeah.
Now, my favorite character,
Okay.
played by Lombardo Boyar,
Yes.
is our boy Jose Ramos, the security guard.
He makes the movie worth the whole thing.
Now, we also have Ray Wise, who was one of the bad guys from RoboCop.
Yep.
That's what I remember him from. He's been in a few other movies, too. Claire Kramer is Lieutenant Fine As Carly.
I gotta say, she was fine, but I just kept getting a damn Michelle Pfeiffer vibe off her.
Really?
And that made her so much more fine. Yes, like
Oh, yeah.
the way she talked, the way she sort of looked, but her attitude.
I was going to say, the way you were approaching that, it sounded like you were going to say, like, that was a bad thing.
No.
I said Michelle
Like,
Pfeiffer's
every
like
time she,
Miss
like-
Butterworth fine. I mean,
Yeah.
that woman is
Every time she
exquisite.
talked and like her mannerisms, I was like, it's like Michelle, like young Michelle Pfeiffer. I was like, ooh, she fine. Ooh,
Yep.
she fine.
And last but not least, at least in this order, because there's a ton of them in here, but we'll go ahead and go give Miss Lynn Shay a little shout out.
Lynn Shay,
Is Miss Jefferson.
a widely known actress.
And I think she was it Devil?
She was in the Insidious series.
The Insidious series. She was
That's
in that
right.
elevator and was possessed and stuff.
She was the paranormal, the psychic lady
Yeah.
from the Insidious movies.
good actress.
Great actress. Been in really good stuff. I can't believe she was in this movie.
And this movie was hilarious. Well, anyway, the synopsis reads as such. A hotshot exterminator, played by Greg, joins forces with the military to squash a giant arachnid that's spinning a web of destruction around Los Angeles.
Angeles.
Now, see, that's bullshit. He doesn't really team up with the military. He
No, he
kind of
doesn't.
operates independently with his boy, Jose Ramos,
Jose.
the badass security guard, which he was cracking me up the whole damn time.
Best fucking line in the whole movie was when he called him Mexican Robin.
And I know that was hilarious.
I died fucking laughing. That or at one point when he got on the walkie-talkie when they were in communication, he was like, USA to Mexico, USA to Mexico.
know.
I was like, oh my God, this is great.
I actually have that in here.
This
I
is
started laughing
great.
because he started making comparisons to all these different pairings. But we'll get into that.
Yeah.
So what do you say we dive into this review, my brother?
Before we do that, don't forget to check us out on Patreon and buy us coffee. Check out our our social medias. If you want to support us in any way, give us $1 or whatever. Like I said, it's buy us a coffee or
right.
the Patreon.
Do I have to get out on the freeway with a sign, people?
I think you should.
We're just broke ass podcasters.
That's
man.
right. We do all this ourselves. Everything comes out of our own pocket. So anything you can contribute, it's greatly appreciated.
Now, we know all 12 of you out there listening.
That's right. Look,
Give me $1.
all 12 of you motherfuckers gave us $1. We'd have $12 every month. Now do it.
$12.
Fucking do it. All right, guys. Let's get to the review.
Let's do it.
You better hide your kids, you better hide your wife, cause it's a big ass spider on the loose.
We're gonna need a miracle.
Spiders happen to be my specialty. I become a spider to catch a spider.
But isn't this like the biggest spider ever? You could be super exterminator. So I'm gonna help you, and you know like how? Like Robin helps a bad man. Okay, so what is the biggest spider ever?
It's 20 inches long and black.
Sounds funny.
Oh, God,
What?
this is so gross.
Oh, yeah? What?
Look at this.
No, describe it. I'm not gonna look.
This is, without question, the biggest spider on record.
Anything else?
Anything else?
That's girl, man.
What?
Don't be scared.
I'm not scared. This thing's huge. Highly poisonous, aggressive, fast, smart. It's strong. This is a big-ass spider.
If I see the spider, I'm gonna put his ass.
This town has no idea what's coming.
God help us all.
We ain't gonna kill some spiders. We're gonna kill some spiders dead.
Okay, well, man, the first thing I did before this thing even got kicked off is I went and grabbed a can of Raid and put it on my TV stand because I hate fucking spiders.
You hate spiders?
I hate spiders. I don't kill them if they're not intrusive.
Okay.
I used to leave them. This is going to sound stupid, but when I was in my old apartment,
Yeah.
had a flea problem because other
Okay.
pets and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
I would leave the spiders in the corners.
Okay.
Because they'd catch all the damn fleas.
Right.
So they had their use, and I wouldn't bug them. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah. I usually will keep them, like, if they're in the garage, I'll keep them, like, in a corner.
Yeah.
But when they start to expand past that, I'll kind of cut them off at that point. But in the corner's fine because that's where you get all the bugs. But yeah.
Okay, well, this movie opens up. This is the worst part of the movie to me because I hate when movies do this.
It's the cliche trope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Ugh.
I hate that.
They start with the opening scene of complete chaos. The city's
Mm-hmm.
on fire. Machine guns are going off. We see our boy Greg, whose name in this movie is Alex.
Mm-hmm.
And, oh, God. And it, typical shit, shows the explosions, and he's looking up, and you see the big-ass spider fighting helicopters. So you already see the
already
fucking
there.
spider.
Yeah, it's
You're
great.
like,
Yeah.
yeah, dang it, no build-up, nothing.
No.
So that was the worst part of the movie to me.
Okay.
It's all uphill from there.
And then it's the worst part for me because they did that whole, 24 hours earlier or something.
Oh, it's 12 hours.
12 hours earlier. I'm
12
like,
hours earlier.
I hate that shit. Don't do that. Just fucking start from the beginning, goddammit.
But what's funny is the spider goes from the size of a fist to the size of what we see at the beginning of the movie in the span of 12 fucking hours.
And see, I do want to say that you literally could go past this whole part and it wouldn't affect the movie at all.
No, skip it.
Skip it. It also is very much like your last creature feature, Dead Ants,
Yes.
where it starts off with a giant ass bug.
A 747 size ant chasing a naked woman in the desert.
We see it right off the bat, so the
Yeah.
mystery in that's gone too.
That's right.
And then it cuts to, well, that one's not a 12 hours earlier. That one's like later on. So but either way,
Yeah.
it already shows a giant creature.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yep, it sure does. Well, that's okay, though. After all that shit, we have our boy Alex. He is...
Wait, I gotta say. After that, it cuts to the title. Just says "Big Ass Spider," white letters on black background. No fucking 2.5 minute intro. No theme song. Just
Nothing.
a title card.
Big ass spider.
A+ to me. I fucking love
Absolutely.
that. Just cut to the goddamn thing.
That's
I don't-
right.
Yeah, just think
Less is more a lot of the time.
exactly.
You know what I mean?
Fucking love it. Points for that.
Well done. Anyway, we open with Alex helping a lunatic client, played by our girl
Lynn Shay. Yeah.
It was hilarious. He was.
He's there to pick up a critter trap that he left there. It's his day
That's
off.
correct. And what's funny is he tells her, she's hanging. She literally runs out when he shows up, and she jumps up on him, and she's hanging on. And he's walking around the side of the house with the trap, and she's hanging off of him and got her legs wrapped around him.
Yeah.
Because it becomes evident that she calls him a lot because she got a little thing for Mr. Alex.
Yeah, because at one point she's asking him about like why he doesn't have a wife or a girlfriend, and you
Well,
can
she's
tell
sitting there
that
crying,
she's-
thank you for coming. But then he says something that I actually found very true. He says, you can always count on me. Or he says, or she was talking about something about the government or something like that. Well, you can't count on you can't count on the government, but you can always count on me.
Yeah, because so it's this whole joke where she says that her Social Security check is late.
Yeah.
But she made this
That's
loaf
right.
for him.
That's right.
And he was like, well, you can't count on the government,
That's
but you
right.
count on me. And then he takes the loaf and throws it in his car.
And there's like six more in
loaves.
the damn seat.
Yeah.
So he's collecting these damn things.
And she's not
but
paying
they're
him.
all fresh. So obviously she's calling him like constantly.
And she's not paying him.
Yeah. So what's funny is though he picks up the trap. She screams at the little rat to burn in hell. She goes into her horror mode.
Yeah.
And he says, "I'm gonna go take this and release it in the park." And she yells out, "Break its neck!"
Yeah.
I thought that was funny. Of course, he didn't do that, but he got rid of it.
Yeah.
So what's funny is while they're standing there next to the truck, a little brown recluse spider comes crawling over his shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And what's funny is he's like, "Oh, it's okay. Don't leave it alone. Leave it." And all of a sudden, she gets frantic. And she pulls up the chancla, and she goes to slap, and you hear whap. And the next thing you know, Alex is in the hospital.
He got bit by the
damn recluse. So Nurse Lisa, who I will first of all say is fine as hell.
She's Kentucky Fried Chicken.
My God, she was gorgeous.
She all right. She all right.
You have to say that because you married.
Again, you keep thinking that, but I keep telling you she don't listen to the show. She was all right. She was all right.
Anyway, it's fucking funny. Well, anyway, Lisa says, "Okay, pull up your sleeve and all this stuff." And what's funny is he lifts up his sleeve and he starts talking, and he's already giving her a diagnosis. He says, "Okay, you give me a shot of this. This ain't my first rodeo."
Yeah.
And then he lifts it up, and sure as shit, a big ass fucking spider. But of course, if it was a brown recluse, they couldn't just leave it like that.
Right. Yeah.
They'd have to cut it out or something like that.
It's
I get it. Who cares? It's semantics. It's bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
But we look out in the hallway, and there's this guy. You're not thinking anything of it at the moment, but this guy's pushing this body bag back into the morgue, and he goes on past, and you're like, okay, what the fuck? But then they cut back to the morgue, and you're like, what the hell are they doing? All of a sudden, that motherfucking spider...
Yeah.
There's a spider inside the bag. They don't explain how the spider get in there, but obviously it was hitchhiking inside this person and had basically devoured its way out of this person, eating this person the fuck up, and started unzipping the motherfucking
smart
body bag.
Fucking spider.
Now, another thing is they're genetically strong, the spider, and that reason comes in later because it's explained.
Yeah.
But the spider starts unzipping the damn thing, and then you see, holy shit, the bag starts fucking moving. You're like, God damn. So naturally, bald guy's got to go fuck with
the pathologist. Yeah.
The pathologist. Yeah, he's got a damn little saw, one of those little autopsy saws.
Yeah, like rib saw. Yeah.
And he's going to go do something with it. So he starts fucking with it, and obviously he hasn't ever watched a creature feature, I put it, because you don't mess with strange shit. And from behind... he gets whacked, and I thought he was dead at the moment.
Yeah, so I did too. Yeah.
And I had to retract the kill because what happened is this motherfucker planted a big ass bite on his neck, and then the guy just comes out and he's like, "I've been bit," And I was like, "What?"
Yeah.
But I said he got bit by a big spider, not a big ass spider. At least not a big ass spider yet.
Ass is not that big yet.
Yeah. Then we get introduced to our boy Jose, the security guard.
Best.
When they're out there in the hallway talking and shit, and it is so funny, man. And he's every stereotype of a Mexican man that you can imagine, but they gave him a badge and a gun. I mean, he's a fully armed security guard.
Yeah.
Okay, so Jose's out there in the hallway because the guy comes out, the pathologist guy comes out, and he's hurt. So they all gather around to see what the hell's going on. And that's when you get introduced to the hospital administrator guy, whose character name I don't even know because he's not even important.
No, he's not.
Nurse Lisa and all them. And then they show the guy's neck, and those holes in his neck are
and it's like
ginormous.
It's got like goo on it. And it's all yellow and
it's like
purple. Yeah,
I was like,
disgusting.
Holy shit. And naturally, just out of nowhere, and they knew where to go. Here comes the government.
Oh,
as I called it.
The government
major pain in the ass. I don't even know what his name is, but him and his details show up with finance Lieutenant Carly.
Damn,
man. I mean, I'd freeze frame. Pause.
Yeah. When you go back though, just be thinking Michelle Pfeiffer, and you'll be like, okay, yeah, she's got the mannerisms and
good pre-face surgery Michelle Pfeiffer.
Yes.
Like Grease 2 fine Michelle Pfeiffer. Okay, Catwoman fine.
Yeah.
Okay, so then what happens? See, I didn't say anyway.
I was getting ready. Getting ready for it.
The cut back to the morgue because the guy's already there, so the morgue is empty.
Right.
And you see, they take the guy off to a room, and then in the morgue you see the bag is open again, and you see our friend get out of there. He's about a foot long.
Yeah,
by now. He's pretty
fucking
good
huge.
size.
Yeah.
So he starts creeping the fuck out of there. Now, I was like, what the fuck? Because this son of a bitch managed to pull a vent cover off of an AC vent and got his ass inside there.
he's a super smart, strong ass spider. Damn, for sure.
So what was funny is, so Alex makes a deal with the hospital admin guy, and Jose goes with him. He says, okay, look, I'll get rid of this, because the guy said that he was bitten by a spider, of course. They took him to the room. So he teams up with Jose to go find the spider and says, here, I'll do it for free. You take care of this bill.
Right, because he ain't got insurance.
So he said we bartered it, so they did it.
Yeah.
So he goes down there looking, and they find the AC vent was pulled off. And they're like, what the fuck? So he goes to grab it, and then the damn thing falls down, and they jump back.
Yeah.
And and then Jose delivers a funny fucking line. He goes, he says, hey, man, you were scared too. Shut up. The way he looked at it.
Yeah.
Because there was a hose hanging down, and he grabbed it and shit. So it was just funny. And so they're out there looking. They're creeping around. And then uneventful at the time.
Right.
Because what happens, Mr. Spider done moved on. His ass is in the vent. And then you see the room where the guy, apparently he wasn't finished with old man, morgue or whatever you want to call his name.
Right.
And you see the spider actually bust the damn vent off the wall and starts creeping through there. Now, this was a badass, though, because, man, he crawls down and the guy's looking. You see his heart's racing because he can't move hardly. Apparently, he's very sick.
Yeah, he's
you
in the
see
bed
his
and
veins
everything.
in his neck and his face are all dark blue.
Yeah.
He's having a time here.
Yeah.
And his heart's racing, and then all of a sudden he calms down because I guess he thought he either he just thought he saw something or nothing was going to happen.
Right.
And then out of fucking nowhere, man, at 20 minutes even, takes out the morgue dude for
Kill one.
And not only does he take him out, man, he eats his fucking face off.
Oof. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't show that part, but later on we are introduced to why the face was completely gone.
Yeah.
Which turns out to be a very cool reason.
Yeah.
Okay, so after that death, we end up back up in the AC vents where Alex has made his way in there and he is crawling after said spider, trying to track him down. And he comes into contact with some extraordinarily sticky and very strong webbing.
Yeah.
Has a rat in it already, and he's...
and he gets stuck all over his hands, and he's like, he can't get it off.
And he's whispering on the mic. I don't know why he's whispering. He's like,
Yeah.
Jose, I got some web here. I think he's had a snack.
Especially
Blah, blah, blah.
because, like, just before that, when they were talking on the mic, he was talking normally on the thing, on the walkie-talkie, and Jose was like, "What? I can't hear you. What?"
Okay, so what happens then once he gets freed? He got all tangled up in there. And
So
shit.
he goes to light his lighter.
He
for
goes
some
to light
reason.
his lighter,
and
man, that webbing just went whoosh. And what was both his hands were covered in this shit because for some reason he's stupid enough. He set up, started fucking with the web instead of just pulling his hand out. He started fighting it and got it all over him. And then when he lit his damn lighter, the webbing just ignited. So apparently this shit is extraordinarily flammable, which will come into play later.
Yeah, but of course his hands weren't burned at all, which makes no sense because his hands were literally covered in fire. But his hands are perfectly fine. But that's neither here nor there. But yes, the flammable the webbing will come into play later.
Yes, it does. Now the government having taken over, they took over the whole damn hospital. They seized power because they had to form a perimeter because they're obviously trying to trap this thing because they apparently sent the wrong body to the hospital.
Yep.
So
Once
they're like,
again,
oh shit.
This was a government project that got out of control and got loose.
Yeah, and the uniforms for the army people were horrible.
Oh my God,
I know they have to screw them up on purpose. They're not allowed to have an actual uniform in the movie that's correct.
Right.
But these were god awful. They didn't even have name tags or nothing. That's probably why I didn't know whose name was.
I think because A, they didn't have the budget for it, and B, they didn't have a military person on hand as a reference or whatever.
That's it.
Yeah.
Now the thing is, after the government, like I said, after they took over, they're informed of the dead patient. And then we get a exposition dump by the tall man from Phantasm, I call him.
Oh, yeah.
The scientist who's actually responsible for this arachnid. And he explains that, he explains that the spider quadruples in size about every 4 hours and shit.
Right. And
it goes through these apparent quote-unquote phases.
It molts and it gets bigger.
It molts. It sure does. Now, the funny things, the blood effects were great because they were looking down at this guy, and he was all the way down to the skull. And you're like, how in the hell, man?
Yeah, it was some pretty decent CGI for his face, for sure.
Yep. Okay, so after we get the expedition,
Expedition?
Expedition.
Forward expedition?
Yeah, after that, we get Alex, who comes out of the AC vent finally. He works his way out, and he falls on the ground. And he gets up, and for some reason, he's acting like a fucking idiot because he goes around the corner with his little, I guess his squirt gun.
Squirt gun, yeah.
And he's making pew, 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 little laser noises and shit. He's being all stupid. Funny. I thought that was funny. And then he gets on there, and it's like you said earlier, he gets on his squawk after he's out, and he goes, USA to Mexico, USA to Mexico. I was like, oh, damn.
Yeah.
And then he sees the spider. It pushes a can out or something, throws a can, and he actually sees it crawling on the floor. He's like, ooh, you're a big one. And he says, here, I know what you like. So he's going to lure him out with a quarter.
And I was going to ask you about that because I don't remember it from earlier, but is there some reason he pulled the quarter out?
He did it to attract it. Because apparently he thought a shiny object or something would try. But what was funny is he went and rolled the quarter.
Right, but did he mention that earlier in the movie that the spiders are attracted to shiny objects?
You know what? I might have missed that.
I don't think he did because I missed it too. But there's no way we both missed it. But yeah, that's why I was wondering. I was like, I don't remember him ever saying anything like that. So it's just weird that randomly he pulls out a quarter to attract the spider with the shiny, which works.
Yes, it does. He rolls the quarter and it goes underneath the piping where the spider is hiding.
The spider stops it with his foot.
Hilarious. You see the spider leg come out, whack,
and then takes it,
zips it, and then he's like, "Whoa!" And this, that, and the other. And then all of a sudden he freaks out. He says, "That's my quarter!
Yeah,
that's my damn quarter!" And he jumps on the ground. And he's like spraying this shit underneath. That was so damn funny. I was like, "Holy hell!" And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere, gunshots start raining down. And he's like, I mean, they're hitting all around him.
Yeah, it's Michelle Pfeiffer.
It's, oh, God. Yes, it is. Well, in the background, this is funny. When she comes down, she shoots it up, and she's like, way to go, asshole, or whatever. And he's standing in the back looking at her because she's fine.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, his squirt gun goes off.
It goes off several times,
in a sexually suggestive manner, which is absolutely hilarious.
It goes off a couple times, which every time it goes off, it's funny as shit.
Oh, it was great. Well, then we find out what it is and how it was that the spider managed to disintegrate the face.
How?
Yep. So at 3050, I was like, yes, a homeless guy down in the, because it got into the sewer. This motherfucking spider moved a manhole
cover. Yeah.
Which is like 50 pounds. I know the guy says 25 later, but it's heavier than that.
It's heavy as fuck, yeah.
Yeah, he moved it and was able to get down into the damn sewer and attacked a homeless guy at 3050. Oh, my God. And he sprays him in the face with his shit. And it turns out we have acid spider.
Yes, and it's very much the Nazis from
Raiders of the Lost Ark 4.
Yeah.
And that was for
Kill 2.
Excellent. And I was like, man, that's awesome. And then we pan out to the street because all chaos is starting to break loose for some reason. And these people had seen it because what happened is after it killed the homeless man, it entered the next phase, and it grew to about 6 feet.
Yeah.
It had grown to about 6 feet and got out of the sewer and ran, and they actually caught it on camera. But then they interviewed a bunch of funny-ass people on the sidewalk.
Let's just talk about this part for a second.
Yes.
This part, first of all, it was fucking funny as shit.
Yes,
But then I was like, wait a minute. Did they just pull the actors from Crips to come and play these parts?
I think they did.
Because they sounded just like them.
Oh, my God.
They had the same sort of comedic, like play, but like 3 or 4 different people they interviewed, and it was fucking hilarious. And then one of them at one point did the hide your kids, hide your wife bit.
Yep.
I was like, oh my God, this is
I was laughing my ass off.
This
but then
is
in
brilliant.
the background, in the background, you hear all this shit talking to guys. Saying,
Yeah.
man, I seen it.
Yeah.
I seen it. Seen a big ass spider, blah, blah, blah. They're on camera. And then you hear somebody in the back there, yeah, come on down here. I'll whoop a spider's ass.
Yeah.
Talking all that shit.
Yeah, that whole
my God,
interview
that was
scene
funny.
was fucking hilarious. And then the one dude looked like fucking he looked just like Tupac.
Oh, God.
I was like, oh my
yeah.
God, what the hell?
I forgot to note that, but yet we had Tupac, we had Biggie, we had Snoop, had a whole bunch of people down there.
Yeah.
And, oh my God, I was laughing.
Yeah.
I was like, holy shit, and it was, like I said, the movie's too good.
I do want to point out, there's that scene where like the jogger is he's going down the sidewalk and he's like checking out the girls.
Yep.
And he gets killed. And I do want to point out that is Lloyd Kaufman.
Oh.
Yeah, the creator of the oh my God, it's gonna kill me. I just had it in my head. The creator.
You gonna bring it up, motherfucker?
Sorry, the creator of Trauma and the Toxic Avenger.
Oh shit!
Yeah, that is Lloyd Kaufman, the creator of that. In this film, getting eaten by a giant spider. So hats off to Lloyd.
Awesome.
I love Lloyd Kaufman. He is a nut.
Okay, so now it's on. So our boy Jose and Alex decide to pair up, and as they put it, like Batman and Robin, like the Lone Ranger and Tonto. And this one cracked me up. It goes like Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Yeah.
I was like, oh yeah, that's intimidating.
Yeah.
I was laughing my ass off. Okay, and after they decided to take off, they got in his truck and went on their merry way.
Mm-hmm.
The military boys worked their way down in the sewer where the homeless man was killed, and they were trying to track the spider, and they came upon a lair. It had like 30-something bodies in it. Tons of bodies that were all cocooned. Didn't count. These are all dead people.
But we didn't see him on screen.
So it didn't count. But then we know that the spider's been up to some shit.
So it's going to be fucking huge.
Yep.
It's going to be a big-ass spider.
And then going back to what you just said, at 42:25, it wasn't on screen, unfortunately, but the spider grabs a jogger.
Lloyd Kaufman
drags him up into the tree. Mm-hmm. And the funny part is, after he's killed, it goes dead silent, and you hear what sounds like celery being eaten.
Yeah.
Did you hear that?
I did, yeah.
I started laughing. I was like, holy shit. I was like, man, this is funny as shit. And if you're not listening, you don't hear it. But it's fairly subtle, but man,
the other funny part to follow it up, though, is that the spider ends up spitting Lloyd's skeleton out.
Yeah.
And it lands on a table near where people are having a picnic.
Yep.
It's all bones.
It's all bones.
But his fucking clothes are fine.
Yeah. All right, then we go back to our boys, AJ. I call them A and J.
A and J, baby.
And they're driving, and apparently they think they're immune from the law. So he's telling them, man, there's a stop sign, dude, stop sign, you need to stop. He flies right through it, says, we ain't got time for that. We're on a mission here. So a cop stops, and this black cop, who's hilarious, pulls him over, and it's so fucking funny because he says to him while they're sitting in the car, he says, hey, I'll do the talking. And Jose says, yeah, because you're the white guy. I was like, oh my God.
Jose is fucking great.
Oh, he was great. Now, I'm not going to give away all of Jose's lines. He's just full of great one-liners in this movie, but well-placed and hilarious. Now, what's funny is after he tells the cop what's going on, he says, we're heading to the park. This is where the jogger was killed. He says, we're heading to the park. There's some shit going down. There's something there that we need to take care of.
Yeah.
And all this. And then the cop gets the damn call over the radio. I don't know if it's MacArthur Park. It's some kind of park.
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what the fucking name is.
No, it doesn't matter.
But what's hilarious is they start doing this to the cop. They start waving him.
Oh, wait.
Get going.
But before they at one point, the Alex like, oh, because like the cops like give him something to him. He's like, oh, this is how it's gonna be, right? Okay, so here he pulls out his wallet. He's like, here, let me maybe this.
Oh, that's right.
Make a donation to the policeman's fund, and then gives him money. He's like,
$12.
you can give me $12. He's like, that's all I got.
So that's all I got, man.
So yeah, but then he starts to wave him. He gets the call,
and this is what's funny. He says. He starts waving at the cop, telling him, get your ass moving. Go.
Yeah.
And he said, hey, man, don't be waving me off. He said, don't be waving. And he pulls his gun out of his holster. He says, this works.
Yeah.
He looks at it and says, this works, goddammit.
But then as he's leaving, Alex like, can I get my donation back?
Oh, God almighty. Now, at 40, that's so funny. Because right after that, at 45:15, this is where it goes off the rails. The spider attacks the park. And I said, and massive fucking kills. DJ that shit.
Oh, hang on a sec. I gotta.
Kill.
That's not even enough.
No, it's not. He just starts killing left and right and shit.
Left and right. Probably 30 people.
Yeah.
But what's hilarious is he stabs some of them, and some of them he eats on the spot.
Yeah.
Which is weird.
He just does whatever he wants to do. Yeah.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you what, these kills were awesome.
They're pretty cool.
I mean, they were showing just point blank, good blood.
I mean, it was all CGI, but it's still pretty cool.
But it didn't look CGI to me. I mean, I know it was.
And speaking of which, let's take a quick moment to acknowledge the fact that by now, you know, you've seen the spider quite a bit. The CGI on the spider is not good.
Oh no,
it's worse than Dead Ant, and Dead Ant has some pretty bad CGI. Oh God, yeah. It looks so. It looks so cartoony.
You say it looks like the app on the phone with the fake spider running on your face kind of thing?
Yeah, it looks like that. But much like Dead Ant, it doesn't take away from the film. It somehow adds to it.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like you.
It's deliciously corny.
I think much like the title Dead Ant, you go into a movie called Big Ass Spider.
Yeah.
You kind of expect something like that. But saying that, I said that because all the kills were CGI, and I could easily tell it was CGI blood.
Yep.
There was one point where the spider stabs someone in the chest, and you get a close up of the guy, and you can quite clearly see that the leg is not actually even touching the chest.
Really?
Oh yeah, it's like not even on there, but there's blood everywhere. So
okay,
you know, it's here, neither here nor there. But I'm just saying, yeah, it was quite bad, but awesome at the same time.
Yep. And then here they come charging into the rescue. Alex and Jose in his truck coming in hauling ass full speed. And Jose's like, hey, what are you doing? What are you doing? I mean, he's hilarious. He's panicking. I was like, I'm going to ram him. I'm going to ram this son of a bitch. And what's funny is he stops short.
Yeah, he stops and turns around.
Turns around and starts running. And so the spider's going after them. And the spider's dead on their ass running.
Yeah.
And I made note. I said, no wonder they can't outrun the spider. He's driving them forward. I was like, ha ha. That's right. Now, the thing is.
I do want to say that was a smart move.
It was.
Because ramming it might have slightly injured it, but then you're stuck without a car. More importantly, it was smarter because it got the spider away from the park.
It did indeed. And what was
more
funny is they were warning him because Lieutenant Fineass called him and says, hey, you're heading into the crossfire. And he's like, what?
Yeah.
You're heading into the crossfire. I'm sitting there going, you got an ambush set up for a spider. And it's like miles away, so I didn't understand that part.
Yeah, I don't know.
So he was chasing, and the spider was on his ass.
Yeah.
And he hauled ass past the roadblock, and the spider showed up, and they opened up. I mean, they really opened up on this fucking spider with these rifles. And, of course, no effect.
Nope.
And the spider takes his fucking truck, because, see, they get out of his truck because they can't get through. Spider throws his damn truck and destroys it, and then does this I don't even know what the hell you call it. It looked like, if anybody ever seen the movie Battleship, that part where that alien ship jumps out of the water and goes over in a slow-mo move. Yeah. Kind of something like that.
Which, I don't know what they were. I know, because we get an explanation later on what the spider is, but like at this point, because I was wondering if it was going to jump, because it's quite clearly modeled after a Black Widow.
Yes.
I was like, but Black Widows don't jump.
And they don't have a hood around the back of their head either. This one kind of had a vampire cape looking hood around the back of his head.
I wanted to mention that because you know what it actually looked like to me? It looked like the head plate from the alien queen from Aliens.
Yes.
Remember that it had the big
bump, and that's going to come into play.
Yeah, but it looked just like that. I think
it kind of did. You're right.
I think it was like an homage to it because it looked just like the back head plate of the alien queen.
Yep.
But it jumps, and I'm like, okay, it's not a jumping spider. It doesn't have the special equipment that jumping spiders have.
But yet this motherfucking 12-foot tall. I mean, this
thing is
huge arachnid. Leaps the fuck over the whole bunch.
Like fucking Michael
Jordan.
And
disappears into the woods.
Yeah.
Now, this is where some half-assed decent acting occurred. Because Alex started screaming at them and saying, "No, don't go into the forest. That's what she wants."
Yeah.
She says, "That's her territory.
Yeah.
You go in there, you're in trouble." But does the government listen?
Of course not.
Hell no.
Of course not.
They proceed into the woods, and by POV, these didn't count, but we had another massive kill spree.
Yeah.
I mean, he was wiping all these motherfuckers out.
I'm taking all the
Left
bitches
and
out.
right, killing them out. Now, at 54:10, there was one awesome kill that was by itself, and I counted it as kill. Let's see, I put it kill 50 by now. I said because there's so many damn kills.
Yeah.
But it was one soldier left, and he puts 2 prongs into this soldier and basically rips him in half, like fucking Starship Trooper style.
I do want to say real quick what's funny if you watch that scene, okay, and then you'll see what was also kind of funny because that was the trooper that was like he was batting the leg away with the gun, right?
Yeah,
he was like batting it away. I'm like, what the fuck are you doing? Well, anyway, so watch that when you see the trooper, you see the soldier start batting away at the leg. Okay, get a good look at him. You'll see that he has a baklava on. He's got gloves on.
Yep,
you can't see his face, right? The second it switches to a wide shot and the spider has two legs in him, and it goes to rip him out. Look at the soldier's face. The CGI soldier they made for some reason doesn't match the guy, and you can see the CGI soldier's face.
Oh Lord!
So I mean, it's a dumb little thing that I nitpick. I noticed, but
but I mean, I didn't catch it.
Go check it out. It's pretty
That's
funny. Yeah.
Now the spider, after wiping out everybody, and as soon as he tears this guy in half and eats him like a chicken leg, I'm just glad he didn't kill her. But then we find out why later. The spider sprays and captures Miss
Fine-ass Pfeiffer.
And we're like, hell no.
Nope.
So instead of actually, because they started shooting at it again, so instead of killing and all this, Spider takes off, dragging Miss Pfeiffer behind.
Yeah.
And I was pissed.
I mean, yeah, me too. I was like, no.
Don't kill her. But now, we go back to the tall man, who is now communing with the government out there in the field after the miserably failed operation, and he begins to tell them what we may have suspected from before.
Yes, so here we
the
go.
Alien
another dump.
Has apparently...
The alien? You just gave it away.
Yes, I did. The spider was in a group of tomatoes. They had a spider nest in a group of tomatoes that they were experimenting on with Martian dirt.
Yes.
That was irradiated somehow and grew things much larger than they were. So they were looking at growing giant tomatoes, they were looking at it from a positive perspective.
Right.
But the problem is there was a nest of spiders inside one of their experiments. And of course they were radiated and became these freakish ass monsters.
Spider Godzilla.
Yep. So, it was nice. I like the spider though. He had a mouth kind of like as a 4-pronged predator mouth. Mm-hmm. He growled, he yelled, he screamed. He had red eyes.
Yeah.
Like those damn, what's those droids from the last, he had red eyes like those droids from the Mandalorian, those badass ones. What do they call those things?
Shit, I forget.
But anyway,
yeah,
it's okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, the beet red eyes, glowing, and I thought it was awesome. Now, the spider shows up downtown after all is said and done. Downtown, while they were assessing, and they're like, this is what was funny, is that they were sitting there talking about it and like, where is this damn thing? We got to find it. We got to do this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden it comes on the TV. Then Alex goes, oh, found it. So they're like, oh, shit, let's go.
Yeah.
So they haul downtown. So this thing basically takes over what looks like not the Chrysler building, the other one, the Capitol Records building.
Yeah, that's what it looks like. Mm-hmm.
Kind of. That same kind of
They
round,
say what it is, but I
weird-looking
forget what
movie.
building it is.
Who gives a shit?
Yeah, who gives a shit?
Yeah, it was funny. But anyway, so the Martian spider.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're set up for the final battleground scene. And unfortunately, it has already laid its eggs in the building and has a shitload of bodies in there for food, including our girl, Lieutenant Michelle, fine-ass Carly. Yeah, so they have to hatch a plan to kill the spider by shooting it in the ass.
That's right, because
Now, this is funny because this came up in the fact that the webbing was flammable.
Right.
So he told... excuse me. So he told Jose, we got to shoot this motherfucker.
In the spinneret.
In the spinneret. And he's like, the what? Dude, we got to shoot the spider in the butt?
So
after he explained it.
Yeah, so they go through this whole scene where he's like pronouncing the word out to him, and Jose is repeating it's like spin, et.
Yep.
Spinneret. It's butt?
Yeah, exactly. Now, what's funny is somebody calls Alex. It's the military. I think it's the major. Somebody they're trying to... that's
major,
right.
yeah.
It's the major.
Mm-hmm.
He calls Alex, and he answers the phone in a stern and mean voice because he's already in kill mode, and he goes, Western, we're born to kill. Or we live to kill.
Mm-hmm.
He has a new slogan, obviously.
Oh, yeah.
Because early in the movie, he was like, Western, professional extermination. How can I help? And now he's like, Western, we live to kill. That's all he says. And the major tells him, you've got 20 minutes to go in there and see what's up because they discovered she was alive through binoculars. And they told him, you got 20 minutes because there's an inbound airstrike coming to get the damn spider. Okay, so he gets his ass moving because Spider's got a hoochie mama, and he don't like that. So he goes. And the next scene, of course, getting strapped up. They open the back of this hatchback, and in there's like these law rockets, these shoulder-launched Stinger missiles. There's all this shit that they have access to. And I'm like, where in the fuck did they get this?
Took it from the military.
So they strapped up, man, and they got all geared up, and they headed up the damn tower. Now, I'm sitting here wondering because during this time, those Apache fighter helicopters, the Apaches and stuff, they were circling, they were firing everything they had at this thing, and they weren't killing it. So I'm sitting there going, these dudes, I said, nothing they're carrying with them is going to work.
But
problem is, the military was getting it wrong. They didn't know what he knew.
They weren't going for the butthole.
Yep.
Always go for the butthole.
Yeah, but they getting ready because now they all loaded up. And shit getting real, and they gonna go fuck a spider up.
Mm-hmm. Gonna fuck it right in his butthole.
That's right. Now, what's funny is once they get in the building and they're heading up, instead of being serious, I mean, it's a serious moment, right? Big battle's coming.
Yeah.
Him and Jose start fucking beatboxing
to the
elevator
music.
And
yeah.
I was just like, man, that's just
yeah
perfectly added humor, man. Yeah. I started laughing. That was awesome. And they open the door, they walk in there. There's all these cocoons, there's people all over the floor, glued to the floor. There's egg sacs and all this shit. And Alex goes, oh man, she's already laid her eggs. And Jose goes, holy huevos.
Yeah.
I was like, it's just perfectly placed stuff, man. I was like, ugh. And I said, what made me mad is a real good looking woman. See, these eggs started to fucking hatch because he goes over with a ladder. A lighter, and starts to free Carly because he finds out she's still alive. Thank God. So he goes over there with a lighter and starts burning the damn cobweb.
He burns the knife to heat the knife up, and the knife can cut to the
and then chop, chop, chop.
Yeah,
and gets her free. But in the process, tries to free another girl. Another girl gets loose. And she's fine as hell, too. She got a nice rack. I called her Titty Woman. Problem is, she didn't last very long.
She didn't make it. Nope.
No, spiders grabbed her and dragged her back.
Yep.
And he goes, ooh, she's dead.
Yeah.
That's all he says.
That's what he said.
Ooh, she's dead.
Yeah.
Didn't even try to help her.
No.
And he just takes the fuck off. Oh, my God, I started laughing. Now, here comes the airstrike, right? They finally get out the building. The airstrike comes in. They hit this thing with 2 missiles in the building and hit it with one like in its stomach.
Yeah.
Undamaged, but yet it falls off the building like King Kong and slams into the fucking ground. And it's laying there and everybody's like, hey, he's great, and blah, 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 he's dead. And they start talking and they're like, and then Jose's like, Alex? Alex? And even, Lieutenant Fine Ass, he got her weapon drawn. She's like, Alex? Turn around and Spider's like starting to wake up and he spins. It turns over and you're like, oh, fuck. It's like nothing's going to kill this thing. But then we forgot. He's like, spinneret. So he starts running and he says, throw me the missile. Or he says, throw me the rocket.
Yeah.
I think he said.
Yeah.
And what's funny is the throw was horrible.
It was like way out in front of him.
Way out in front of him and hit on the ground. So he dives onto the ground, grabs it, rolls, and fires the rocket straight into the spider's ass.
Right up Main Street.
Right up Main Street, and kablam, man. Spider guts everywhere. There were parts flying, and then the head comes down, clunk, and all this shit. So, spider dead.
Spider done.
Now, see, everybody thinks it's the end. I put on here, and the end. I said, or is it? Because what nobody fails to realize, or what everybody failed to realize, is that building is still full of live spiders.
Right.
They didn't blow the building up, and they didn't kill anything that was in it. So they're fucked.
Yeah, so unless they go off screen to burn the whole floor, they're going to have more.
Yep. So Alex, he gets a big kiss from her, and then you hear Jose, hey guys, hey, all right, that's enough. Hey, get a room, guys. Just typical shit. And then it cuts out to the closing music, which I damn near fell out of my chair.
What? Wait, because it didn't say that music first, though. Because it went to closing credits, but then like 2 seconds in, it did a quick cutscene.
Yep.
Where the Major's calling Alex again. And
That's right.
He was like, what's the biggest roach you've ever seen? And then behind him...
God, yeah, I have that in here, too.
Behind him is a screen of the Empire State Building, and you see a giant-ass roach crawling up it. Then it cuts to the credits.
Statue of Liberty, yep.
Then it cuts to the credits, and then the music on that is El Cucaracha.
El
Cucaracha. Yes.
I just lost it, man. I thought it was hilarious.
I did, too. I thought that was a brilliant fucking way to end the movie.
Yes, it was. All right, my friend, since this was my choice, of course, you go first. What is your assessment, my brother?
So, unlike La Valantula and the other movie that's in the same universe, Sharknado, those movies are trying to be over the top in all aspects, and they're to me, they're not entertaining. They're not funny. They're just, I don't know. It's just, it doesn't work for some reason. It's I know it's just dumb to say, but it's too outrageous. This movie is outrageous, but everybody in the movie is fantastic.
Yep.
They're all funny, and they're all taking it at the perfect level of serious.
Yep. Without
overdoing it. And the CGI on the spider was terrible, but again, you have to kind of expect it with this kind of movie. But everybody did a fantastic job. The kills were great. The action was good. It was legitimately funny, where I thought La Valantula was not, nor Sharknado. And I don't know. It entertained me from start to finish.
Awesome.
Start to finish. And again, like I said, the way it ended with the cockroach thing was fucking great. I enjoyed it a lot. This is one I would actually say you buy on physical media.
Yeah.
So I'm giving it a gold turd.
Sweet.
Yeah. What about you?
Man, I feel the same way. I thought the acting was on point. It was hilarious. It was well done. I thought the script was good, the premise, the whole story, the way the whole thing developed. Yeah, we've seen it 1,000 times before. Alien creature gets loose on Earth and blah, blah, blah. We've seen it, but man, this movie worked.
Yeah,
I loved it.
It really did.
I laughed my ass off several times, and I had to even stop it a few times because I was laughing so hard I couldn't take notes.
I think part of what made it really work was that the thing with Sharknado and both La Valantula was that they were really banking on actors past their prime.
They were.
To sell the movie. You've got Ian Ziering, you've got Tara Reid for Sharknado bullshit, and then you've got
the police
Academy squad for La Valantula.
Yeah.
Basically, that was the draw for those movies was these actors past their prime.
Yep.
And these actors never really had a prime so much. I mean, Greg kind of did with Heroes, but that was decades ago. But there was no shoved in past prime actors.
Exactly.
I think that's the main reason why it works so well compared to the others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The Major was, like I said, the only person I really recognized.
But he's a character actor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
So he's not a lead actor. You see him in a ton of things all the time, but he's always playing a side character.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like the effects. I like the blood effects. I thought they were well done. I love the acid. And I like the big spider at the end. The big ass spider crawling on the building.
Right.
I thought looked fairly damn real.
Yeah.
I thought it was awesome. I'm also giving this one a slam dunk gold turd.
Okay.
It was a wonderful movie. It was too good for this show.
Yeah,
but you
way
know
too
what?
good
I
for
don't
the show.
care because every once in a while we need something that really, like you said, a palate cleanser.
Palate cleanser, yeah. I mean, not too many palate cleansers, because then it just becomes like every other fucking podcast horror movie out there. So, or horror movie podcast.
But this is an off the grid movie. This ain't going to be in.
I hadn't heard of it.
Your Halloween mainstream or your Friday the 13th.
I mean, and
it's
it's not known like the way that Sharknado or La La Land is for being.
It's lesser known, definitely.
Yeah, because I hadn't heard of it. I mean, it was new to me, and I went into it. I gotta tell you, I saw the trailer. I went into it thinking, oh god damn, another fucking Sharknado, La La Land bullshit movie where like they're trying to be dumb on purpose and goofy on purpose, and it's just so bad. It's so like it's cringy. But I was pleasantly surprised by this.
Yep.
From start to finish. And I mean, yeah, Greg was great. Alex, he was Alex, but Jose was fucking hilarious.
Yep.
The lieutenant was hot as shit. And everything just worked.
It did.
It just worked.
It sure did.
So, you know what else works is our Patreon. Go tell them where to find it.
Yes, sir. If you just go to www.patreon.com/whatthesuck, we have one level. It's called the Jump Scare. $7 a month. You get access to early stuff. You get access to our commentary tracks. You get access to our actual reviews of good horror movies and bloopers and other little tasty treats. So if you got the time, we could use the help.
Yes, we could.
I'm just saying. It all goes back into the show. You know, who you're hearing right now is who works on the show. We don't have a staff. It's just me and him.
Just the two of us, man.
Just
the two of us.
That's right.
All right, guys. Well, until next time, this is Chris, and I will see y'all at the next Suckfest.
Yeah, and this is James. And if it ain't on What the Suck, it ain't shit.